Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stocks Around Us with me, Pizza. Guys, today you guys are in for a fun ride because we are here at I-City. This place is a huge 72-acre theme park that is just outside of the city, 1 hour's drive away from KL. They also call it the City of Digital Lights because at night, all of the walkways and the attractions will be lit with colorful LED lighting, so it's incredibly beautiful when it's dark. There's a very refreshing water world where you can cool off from this hot sun. Walk the red carpet with all the wax celebrities. But first, let me take a selfie. There's the snow walk where you can experience a sub-zero degree temperature and try not to freeze. Or if you're more daring, go into the House of Horror, which I won't be doing because I don't want to get a heart attack. Or go in a typhoon simulation and experience what it would be like to be in an actual storm. Now that's going to be interesting. But it is not just the theme park that brought us here today. We are here to explore I-City because this is a mega development of residences, offices, and retail all in one enclosed area, which makes it a city within itself. So we're going to explore all that I-City has to offer us with its developer, I-Berhad. I-Berhad is mainly involved in property development and leisure business. The group's main highlight is their I-City in Selangor, which is a 72-acre ultrapolis with a development value of over 9 billion ringgits. That's 9 trillion baht. As mentioned earlier, the I-City is going to be a fully integrated city that has all of the components of corporate, leisure, and residential developments, being an international business hub by day and a lifestyle haven by night. The core position of I-City has been an ICT hub with data centers and many more. But in addition to that, they have a leisure park which has tons of attractions like the digital lights, snow walk, water world, and fun world. At the moment, I-City attracts over 90,000 visitors a week. The aim is to build a self-sustaining ecosystem where people can live and work within the ultrapolis by 2020. Right now, the first phase has been completed and it involves the I-Sovo office spaces, Best Western, and I-Residence towers. Next in their pipeline will be other mixed developments of integrated offices, including the iconic skyscraper, the Jewel, residential service suites, and huge retail complexes. In fact, the company has entered into a joint venture with Thailand's Central Patana Group to develop the Central Plaza, in addition to joining with the Hilton Group for its Best Western and the 4-star DoubleTree Hotel that is currently underway. In developing so many projects, I-Berhad has many strategic alliances and joint ventures with landowners, hotel, and mall operators, so that in many cases, they are the investor rather than the operator. Outside of I-City, the company is also developing luxury apartments in KL, namely 8 Kia Peng. So guys, while I would love to experience this typhoon simulation, we have an interview to get to. So before I get myself wet and blown away, let's go and meet our special guest, Dato Yu Hong Chu, the Deputy Chairman of I-Berhad. Dato Yu, very nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi. So first of all, how did the idea of the I-City come about?
Well, to get a feel of what ICT is about, you must go back to look at our roots. You see, the company started off almost 35 years ago as Sanyo Malaysia. It was originally Sanyo was originally a joint venture between Malaysia and Sanyo Japan.
So this is an electronics company.
So the first product the company actually did was black and white TV 40 years ago. Okay. Now the Japanese ran it until mid-90s when they decided to relocate the operations to Indonesia. So they decided to sell off the company. So we took over the company together with the patent rights and everything. And when we first took over at the time, we were still doing the appliances. And also we were doing digital products, PCs, notebooks and cameras. Somewhere in 2000, year 2000, we were looking at how to diversify our business. Okay? At that time, we were working with people like Intel and Microsoft, and they were telling us that they were helping cities around the world go digital. Okay? So for example, there's actually a project by Microsoft in Belgium called ICT Belgium, okay? Where they were helping the township adopt digital technology. And they told us that if you want to look at a way to diversify away from appliances, why don't you look at creating digital city solutions? And that's how the concept of ICT started. Okay? So although we call it ICT, it can also mean IC&T, Information Computing Technology.
I see.
Okay? So this was developed as a way to allow us to develop digital city solutions. And those days we were talking that, okay, if we could develop the solutions, then we could diversify away from appliances into what I call digital city solutions. And that's how ICT started.
This is the Itsy Bitsy Playground for Children, which is very cute. So let's talk a little bit about your leisure park. How's that doing right now?
Well, the leisure business was something that we started 5 years ago with the objective of helping to create the vibrancy for the place. Okay? So when we first started, the first year itself, it was actually free entry. Okay? And we use that as a mechanism, okay, to promote the place.
I see.
And the first attraction we did was related to technology. It was actually LED lights, digital lights technology. Okay?
The walkway.
So it was not the walkway. We covered the whole area with 1 million LED lights. Okay?
1 million LED lights. My God.
Okay? That's why became known as a city of digital lights.
Right,
okay?
right.
And you must remember this is about 5 years ago when LED lights in Malaysia was still very new. Okay, so we use it as I guess it was part of my corporate social responsibility program. We wanted to show people what digital technology is, at the same time promote ICT.
I see.
So we started with that, and we found that it caused a big jam, traffic jams, because everybody wanted to come. Okay, and so we thought, hey, this is a fantastic way to go and promote the place, and then we decided, let's monetize it.
Right.
So we started collecting entry ticket. Okay, and that's how my theme park progressed. So we opened in the lights in December 2009. This is about 5 years down the road, and our revenue has grown from 0 to about 50 million. Bring it over a 5-year period.
And at first you thought that you weren't going to charge money. Yeah. Wow.
Because we thought we'll just bring crowd here, but part of the reason why we started charge was we wanted to control the crowd because it was getting too big, we couldn't handle it.
Right.
So we thought, okay, let's collect money so that those who are serious enough to want to see, they will come and pay for it.
True. But apart from the beautiful lights, you can see that there are all these fun activities to do. It's so exciting. It's so big that I don't think we can cover all of this fun world within just one day. So apart from your development in iCity, you also have some apartments in KL, the 8 apartments. What stage of development are those in?
Well, we have a project in the KLCC area called 8 Kiapeng. That's under construction at the moment. Okay? That's a 50-story high upmarket development. Okay? That would probably complete in about another 4 more years.
I see. So it's just started.
We started last year, actually.
I see.
Okay,
Have you started selling them off?
Well, we have got bookings, and I think the main sales program will actually be next year itself.
Right. So talking about properties let's say in KL, because KL is quite a saturated market in terms of property, isn't it? Is it saturated?
I think because the property that we're doing in KL is actually targeted at the foreigners and not the locals. Okay, because we are selling units, at about 2,000 plus per square foot, so it's about easily about $750,000 US dollars per unit. So the design and everything is actually targeted at the foreigners.
Lastly, what would you say is the core competency of your company?
We are actually a project management and a marketing company, okay? And we like to think that our strength is in terms of understanding the end user. Okay? So we always look at branding, and understanding the consumers as the key strengths that we have. Okay? And that covers both our property development as well as our leisure business, especially the leisure business, which is actually a very consumer-oriented business.
I see. So how do you make sure that you keep up with your consumers?
Well, we do a lot of I guess you can call it field observations. We do a lot of I think you would call it a consumer sort of surveys, to get a feel of what they're doing and so on. Okay, and we spend a lot of time actually observing. When visitors come to observe them, when buyers come to observe them, okay? And that's trying to understand their what they want.
Right. Well, thank you so much for today,
right.
Dato.
You're welcome.
Financial highlights. At the end of 2014, I-Berhad's revenue was over 260 million ringgits, or 2.6 billion baht, growing by 4,433% from 2009. Its net profit was over 53 million ringgits, or 530 million baht, growing by over 5,000%. Its net profit margin was at 20.5% and ROE at 10.9%. Its PE was at 7 and PBV 0.6. At the end of 2014, I-Berhad's share price was at 0.6 ringgits, or 6 baht, and its market cap was over 450 million ringgits, or 4.5 billion baht, growing by over 290%. Ladies and gentlemen, that was I-Berhad. Join us again next time for more company highlights with Me Pizza. Now, as you can see, the LED lights have been turned on and it looks really beautiful from here. So I think I'm gonna go down there and take a nighttime stroll before we go. See you later!